This is our remote 4-channel voltmeter using Bluetooth. It interfaces to our standard UniCom app in the smartphone. To conserve the power of the internal battery, the unit powers up with a single push button. It also can power down with that push button. All the connections here are made with this DB9 female connector. That's so we can make different kind of lead configurations, each hooked to a DB9 male plug. Okay, so let's turn this on here. Now here's a really good use for this type of device. What you see there is a project that runs on a transformerless power supply. It's not isolated from the power line, and you want to be careful about touching it when it's plugged in. So we're hooked up here to read the voltage it produces, and also to be able to switch a load to see how that affects the stability of the power supply. Okay, so let's start up our UniCom Universal Interface program here. Got to select the right Bluetooth module, and we see it's loaded up the menu here with some commands. Hit the read button here. Looks like 4.7 volts. We have the first aux output switching a load on. And okay, we dropped to 3.97 with a load. We can turn the load off. Okay, we're kind of back up. We can also continuously run readings with what we call the clock. It sends out once a second command, and then depending what the unit is, it decides what to do with that. So now we get the voltage continuously updated here as we see what happens when we switch the load on and off. Alright, here's our circuit diagram. Here's where the 9-volt battery connects. The MCP1702-5 is a low dropout voltage regulator with a very low quiescent current of about 10 microamps. This allows the unit to shut down without draining the 9-volt battery. The external DB9 connector feeds into onboard connectors. 3 10K resistors form a voltage divider here with a series resistor. The series resistors are plugged into a dip socket so they can be changed to adjust the voltage range for the 4 individual inputs. It has 3 auxiliary outputs here, plus a switch input which is used to power the unit up and down. The connection to the HC06 is done with 4 pins of a 6-pin connector here, and you get the 5 volts, the ground. The TX goes direct. The RX is connected through a 10K resistor to accommodate the 3.3 volt spec here. It's enough to limit the current and make the thing operate. Well, there we have it. Another great use for our UniCom Universal Interface app here, which has saved a lot of time and trouble on several projects already, but was particularly applicable for this, where you want to keep your hands away from some live wires that you're measuring some voltages on. As usual, we have the link to the GitHub documents. Also on GitHub, there's also the app itself is available free to you. So hope you find some nice uses for it too.